Oh, Cancer. Cancer is the fourth sign of the zodiac in astrology, and it also corresponds to the fourth house. Its ruling planet is the moon. Yes, the moon directly rules Cancer. The symbol for the moon is this one. Anyway, you'll all learn it later, but here's a preview. Its ruling planet is the moon, and it's a water sign. Think about it. The moon is connected to our feelings and emotions. We'll study the moon in depth later. And since it's a water sign, this means Cancer is a sign with very strong feminine or yin energy. What is yin energy? Feminine energy. Do you all remember the High Priestess card? For those who haven't studied tarot, think about the High Priestess card. There's a moon at her feet, right? And the High Priestess is also a card with extremely strong yin energy. And what is the zodiac sign associated with the High Priestess? That's because she is ruled by the moon, and the High Priestess is also associated with Cancer, which is why. So it can be yin, it is a yin energy. In terms of body parts, it corresponds to the digestive tract, the stomach, and the breasts. Why is that? The breasts are actually yin. They're a symbol of femininity, so that's easy to understand. The digestive tract and the stomach, but I don't know if you all know what characteristics these two organs have. Do you know what they have in common among the different parts of the human body? That's right, they're both emotional organs. I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Some people get diarrhea when they're nervous, and some people get stomach aches when they're anxious or under a lot of stress. Has that ever happened to you? Or maybe when you get nervous, or when you're under a lot of pressure, or when your emotions fluctuate a lot. Yes, you feel like you need to poop when you're nervous, and your stomach hurts when you're anxious. It's all for this reason, even dry heaving. It's all because the digestive tract and the stomach are what for us? They are the expression of our inner feelings and our emotional organs. So sometimes your emotions really can be felt very clearly in your body. For example, when I'm under a lot of stress, I can't eat. Or when I'm stressed, eating rice makes me feel uncomfortable. Yes, it's actually all related to the stomach and so on. So Cancer is associated with the stomach. So sometimes when you roll the dice and get things like stomach pain, you might want to check if it's related to Cancer, or when you're progressing, when we study L3, when your moon is progressing, or if something is happening in Cancer, and during that period your digestive tract isn't doing well, then the corresponding animal is crustaceans, like crabs. If a colleague with Sun in Cancer has stomach problems, it could be because their Sun in Cancer is being afflicted by other planets, like a square, opposition, and so on. For example, it might be affected by Saturn, Uranus, etc., which leads to their stomach issues, rather than simply because the Sun is in Cancer. Right, it could be because of aspects with other planets. All right, so the animal it corresponds to is the crustacean, the crab. Think about it, what are their characteristics? Crustaceans, including shellfish, and so on, all have a very hard shell on the outside, but are soft on the inside. This is just like Cancer's logo, its symbol. And the sign opposite to it is Capricorn. Cancer corresponds to the 4th house, while Capricorn corresponds to the 10th house. So what do they each represent? They represent the lowest and highest positions in the natal chart, respectively. You should know that Cancer is at the deepest, lowest position in the entire chart. Think about it. Isn't that right? In the chart diagram, right? And then for those of you who are soul artists, just bear with my drawing. This is the 1st house, 2nd house, 3rd house, and then the 4th house is here, right? But actually, when you separate out the 4th house, this is the cusp of the 4th house. So the entire sign of Cancer is associated with the lowest, deepest, and bottommost position in the natal chart. That's why it's connected to what we keep hidden, why it's related to family, roots, and history, because it ties back to our deepest roots. So Cancer corresponds to my family. Why is that? Take Wang Xiaofei, for example. Even though he gets criticized, you'll notice that overall, Wang Xiaofei is family-oriented. Or at least he always wants to have a home, he really wants to see his children, and so on. Overall, he has the characteristics of someone who cares about family. And then Capricorn corresponds to career. So Cancer and Capricorn are opposites in this way. One cares about family, the other cares about career. As for the corresponding colors, they're related to pearl, silver, and antique tones. What are the characteristics of these colors? Colors like antique and silver are relatively more retro. Cancer is actually related to history and vintage things, so some people with Cancer placements like retro items, vintage styles, and secondhand clothing. And the developmental life stage is from 10 to 14 years old. All right, so these are some general astrological aspects of Cancer. Now, let's take a look at its interpretation. Just like a crab's shell, the inside is very soft, but the shell protects the body, so they have a very obvious protective shell. So how do we understand this? You'll notice that, for example, Cancer's representative figure is actually the mother or the nurturer. So students here, have your mothers ever said something like, in this world, the only person you can trust is me, or something similar? Or have you ever felt that your mother is always worried about you getting hurt or being deceived when you're out, with a very strong protective instinct? Has that happened? Well, my mom definitely has. Even after I got married, my mom would still say things like that. Even after I got married, my mom would still tell me, oh, you can't tell your husband everything and you shouldn't. But what she really means is that you can only trust me. That's the feeling she gives. Because as mothers, what is their protective shell? They always only protect their own children. What about other people's kids? Well, maybe they'll feel sorry for them for a moment, but they don't really care too much. That's the energy of Cancer. But when it comes to her own people, my mom, unless she's scolding you about money, she won't really say much to you. Yeah, it's pretty much like that, right? Would a mom ever harm you? Yes, they draw a very clear line between their own and outsiders. This is actually a trait of every mother, which is why Cancer is the archetype of the mother. This is a trait of every mother, and especially for people who are more Cancer-like, their mothers may display this characteristic even more prominently. And if you look at people with strong Cancer energy in their birth charts, whether they're making friends or leading a team, they are very, very good at distinguishing who is one of their own, truly close family or friends, and who is an outsider. They make this distinction extremely clear. Try to feel it for yourselves. It's because they have a shell. When you are included within their shell, they will show you their softest, most gentle side. But when you are kept outside their shell, you will see their hard, less gentle side. This is one of their defining traits. And people with the healer or Cancer traits are indeed very suited for healing. They internalize their emotions and then use that to influence others. Now, when it comes to initiating in relationships, we've talked about what it means to be a pioneer or creator in love, right? It's about moving forward, advancing, and launching ahead, isn't it? It's radiating outward. And for water signs, this kind of radiance means that in relationships, they tend to take the lead. Or you could say they actively defend, just like every mother protects her child. So don't be fooled into thinking Cancer is all about softness. When it comes to the people or things they care about, Cancers are extremely protective on an emotional level. They have a strong desire to protect, and they're not afraid to fight for what matters to them. It's like, just imagine a mother who sees her child in danger and immediately rushes over to protect them. That's the feeling. It's a kind of emotional initiative. You get it? And then there's this tendency to build a nest. See, here I've written down America as an example. In the national chart of the United States, its sun sign is Cancer. It's a really fascinating thing. I don't know if you've heard about it, but every country actually has its own astrological chart, usually based on its founding date or something like that. Anyway, you can look it up. And the sun sign for the United States is Cancer. So what kind of characteristics do you notice about America? What are the defining traits of the United States as a country? What did they build their nation on? Do you remember from history class? The United States was built on colonization and plundering. Do you remember this point from your history classes? Yes, they started out through colonization. And even now, yes, even at this very moment, what exactly is the fundamental way the United States consistently fights its wars? They invariably invade a sovereign nation and then proceed to meticulously establish a comprehensive base of operations, right? They truly exhibit that distinct kind of hermit crab vibe, methodically moving in and completely taking over the existing infrastructure and resources. Yes, because the United States as a country, its very nature is like that. So they have this habit of building nests. Whenever they go somewhere, they settle down, set up a base, and so on. That's why you'll notice that America's colonies really do span the globe. This is the reason. Do you get what I mean? And also because it always wants this nest. Actually, if you look at the US, this country has a characteristic. Besides building nests, it doesn't really put down roots where it goes. It brings war with it. Have you noticed that? Why is that? It's because on an emotional level, they feel like I'm here, but I'm an outsider. So they have to keep building nests. And on an emotional level, they also have to launch attacks in order to feel safe. Yes, like a column of tanks. That's right. Now you can better understand the tank column analogy. On an emotional level, they're pioneers. They initiate wars, set things in motion. And while there may be interests involved, at the core, their nest building and so on, it's because they feel the need to attack first, to take the initiative. That's the energy of pioneering. And it's how they ensure their own safety. Otherwise, they feel their nest isn't secure. If they only had nest building energy, they could be like Taurus, right? That's why their sun sign is Cancer. It's this way of expressing themselves. Do you get it now? And then there's the concept of land, the idea of home. Most importantly, they want the concept of home, including things like houses and interiors. Cancer cares about these things. That's why many Cancers sometimes will start a restaurant. They feel like, this restaurant is my home. And they pour a lot of emotion into it, developing dishes and so on. The feeling of running a restaurant. Antiques, history, family, we've talked about this already. Antiques came up again, and also vintage clothing. An umbrella, a form of protection. Containers, including the stomach, are actually also emotional containers. Organs, right? So Cancer is sometimes associated with containers. When you roll dice to choose objects, what is Cancer likely to pick? Things like inside a bag, in a bowl, or something wrapped up, a house, indoors, and so on. It gives off that kind of feeling. Or inside a place or object that you're familiar with. And their behavioral pattern is indirect. Come on, make a note of indirect. hinting or beating around the bush. At this point, let's look back at the national chart of the United States. We'll notice that every time the US initiates a war, it never does so in its own name. Have you noticed that? If you follow political or international news, you'll see that every time, what does it rely on? Humanitarian concerns, all sorts of things, right? Russia and Ukraine are at war. What does that have to do with the US, right? Yet it still has to get involved. But when it does, it never says it's doing it in its own name. Like, hey, we're helping to mess up Russia. No. What it means is that the people of Ukraine are suffering, so it needs to go support Ukraine. And it always does things this way. Their approach is very indirect and roundabout. Cancers are like this too. And why is that? Their shells are too hard and they're overly eager to protect their core. Aside from the US, people are like this too. Their insides are too soft. And as a water sign, water elements tend to avoid things. They avoid confrontation and shy away from facing things directly. So they tend to choose indirect, roundabout, and probing ways of doing things. Many of their emotions are internalized and closed off, meaning they only share them with their own people or just keep them to themselves. They are nostalgic, protective, and exclusionary. People with the Cancer sign can be exclusionary. Have you ever worked with a Cancer colleague or perhaps a Cancer boss? Especially those with very strong Cancer energy, they can be quite exclusionary. They tend to categorize their employees as either insiders or outsiders, and ultimately, they want everyone under them to be part of their inner circle. I once saw the natal chart of someone in management who was like this. He unconsciously excluded outsiders and made a clear distinction between his own people and others. Is this part easy to understand?